Hey, we about to be live. We about to be live. Oh shoot, it's about to be on tonight, man. It's pretty awesome. All right. Ah, all right. We about to go live. This is a surprise for everybody. Everybody on the scene. Get some people in here. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. How are you doing? It's Vaughn from Organ Made Easy here. It's Saturday night. I'm on the East Coast of U.S., so around 7:30 p.m. And something just told me to come on here and uh, and just do a live Q&A tonight. Do a live Q&A. It's gonna be awesome. And we got a lot of people coming. We got a couple people in here right now. And tonight I just really wanted to just shed. Like I personally wanted to shed and I want to do some practicing. And I was like, it would be kind of awesome if everybody was kind of in on it and see what my process is and how I approach my practice time, etc. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Share this stream. Share this stream with all your friends. I want everybody in here. It's a free lesson masterclass. Ask me anything you want. Actually, let me open the window now. So everybody was kind of in on it and see what your comments. Let me get in here. All right, where are the comments? Let me get right here. There we go. Hey Denise, how you doing? Denise, how you doing? Yeah, invite all your friends. Share this stream. Share this stream. I want everybody in here. Everybody in here right now. We're gonna have a big old organ party tonight. Tonight is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so awesome. So you guys share the stream. We're gonna have a big old organ party tonight. Questions on the side. If you have any questions, let me know. Nothing's off limits. I mean, obviously some stuff is off limits, but you know what I mean. Anything music and organ related is not off limits. So ask me anything. I think this is a chord. Let me move that. Oops. There we go. All right. So, what we got? Brandon just shared. You've helped my playing, sir. Thank you, Darren. You're the best. Thank you for saying that. And I want to continue to help a lot of people's playing here tonight. Okay. Like I said, it's a Q&A session. So you guys bring the questions. Anything you want to know about, I will help you guys out tonight. I don't know how long we're gonna go for, but I feel really, really good. I got a whole bunch of energy. I got a whole bunch of stuff to play for you guys, and I'm just excited. So keep on sharing this stream. Get as many people in here as you possibly can, and we're gonna get started in a few seconds. Now, thank you guys for the likes and the shares and all that kind of business and the hearts. I like the hearts. I think they took away that flower thing. That I don't know, the grateful one. I don't know. Facebook be adding some stuff. I like it though. But yeah, hearts and likes and happy faces. I like that. No sad faces. Any sad faces, I don't like them joints. Okay. So if anybody has some questions, keep posting them in the comments. Okay. I'm going to get started in a few seconds here, and we're going to keep it moving, we're keep it going. All right, like I said, keep asking questions. Anything about the organ, whether it's talk music, preacher chords, shouts, whatever the case may be, let me know. I'm going to answer every single question on here tonight. If I don't get to it live in the video, I'm following up with you in the comments. All right? Hopefully, y'all see my foot pedals? Okay, good. Ryan J says, I need some preaching chords. All right, man, listen. We're going to start with Ryan. Ryan said he needs some preaching chords. So let's get right into it. Now, get these headphones out the way. Get my dexterity up. Can't be limited. Okay, man. So I'm going to start out here, and I'm going to keep it simple. I did a preacher chords lesson probably a week or two ago. So Ryan, go check that out. Free lesson on organmadeeasy.com. That's number one. And it covers some things in there in E flat. But we're gonna do some stuff right now, and I'm assuming I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that you want more advanced preacher chords. So that's what I'm gonna help you with now tonight. All right. Oh, and by the way, for those who are not in Gospel Organ Mastery Boot Camp. Gospel Organ Mastery Boot Camp. Comment that you want to be in that course, and I will send you guys a private message about how you can get into that course tonight. We have a special going on for Memorial Day weekend. So, in the comment section below, let me know that you're interested, and my staff will reach out to you and give you information on how you can get into that course tonight. All right, for Memorial Day weekend. It's an awesome special. So, just want to put that out there. Okay, now let's get some preacher chords in. And we're going to start in E flat for Ryan here. All right, now everybody, I'm assuming everybody knows the typical. So the 1, the 3, the 4, the sharp 4 to the 5. Okay, now. Yep, no problem, Darren. No problem. Now, what we have here now, everybody knows those, okay? But I want to show you guys some things because it's not just about the chords you play, but the levels of where the preacher's at in his sermon and drawbar settings, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But right now, we're going to cover how to shape the preacher chords behind the preacher. Okay, so there's 3 or 4 stages to a preacher's sermon, and in the beginning, and a good organist I heard named Cedric Rowson talked about this. Me and him think alike on it. Where first is the information stage. All right, there's no preaching or backing up. There's no kind of stuff going on here. Thanks, Denise. And and then there's a next stage. So the first is the information stage. Next is the revelation stage, right? And that's where you start tying the information into how it can be used in your life. Okay, and then after that, usually there's the inspiration stage, and the inspiration stage is where you start to drive a little bit. Okay, and that's when you start to close them and you start to play behind the preacher. And then after that, I actually didn't name this 4th one, but we basically call it the die down, or when you bring everything down mellow. Okay, so I kind of like the conclusion. Let's call it the conclusion. I never named it, but the conclusion. Okay, so in the beginning, when it's information, you're not playing nothing. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. You're not playing anything. He still got to build up his points and set his points up, and he got to instruct the people, so on and so forth. Now, when you get to the revelation phase, that is where you hear sometimes the organ may stab in there a little bit, go in and out, go in and out. All right, so he might be talking, and then a high point might happen because it's like a really awesome point, and then you might hear the organist do like a run, like that. And then you hear the preacher say, okay, settle down, settle down, settle down. Okay, so that's what you'll hear, right? Now, here is where we're talking about the inspiration phase, and this is where you tie everything in together. You got the information, you got the revelation, the people are with you, they understanding what's going on. Now, you have to deal with the doubts and the fears and all of that and get them excited to go to another place with you, all right? So, that is, hold on 1 second here. I think something just broke. Oh, no, it didn't break. Good job. Okay, so now you have to take all of that, what you've done, and move them in a new situation, right? And move them into an inspired place. Move them into a place where they are convinced and have hope that what was just talked about in the sermon all the way, can apply to their life. All right, so that's the key. Now, what we want to do now in this inspiration phase, you want to have your drawbar settings stacked in a certain way. So for in a certain level, and depending on the type of preacher, but we're going to go for a regular kind of preacher today. We're going to stay down here. I have 0088, 6, 8, and a little bit of 3 down here, okay? Now, if you guys don't have the 26 drawbars DVD, I give you 26 of my top drawbar settings, okay? You have to go get that course tonight, all right? Because people always ask me for drawbar settings, but you gotta go get that tonight because you'll have 26 drawbars settings you can use by tomorrow. Okay, it's a digital course and a DVD. If you get the digital course tonight, you'll be able to go use these tomorrow. But I'm gonna show you some of those here today. So this is where I usually start, right here. Okay, now let's start emulating the preacher a little bit. All right, so he starts tuning up a little bit, and God, he said a little too much. He said he would, and you stay real low, and then every now and again do little stuff like that. And I'm gonna show you those two chords because a lot of people they just go straight into this. You don't want to do that. You want to stay on the one. Stay on the one for a while. Just keep it right there. You might hear Baptists do this. Okay, they pedal in the tone, right? And God, he said, right? And you just keep it right there. All right. All right. Keep it right there. So that's the pedal tone, right? And then all of a sudden, okay, he's gonna start hitting with a little more rhythm. Like I said, depends on the preacher you're behind, but I'm talking more like a Baptist kind of guy, kind of a hybrid guy. He has the pedal tones, he goes slow, and he's more sing-songy with it. He said, and don't you know that God, all that kind of stuff, do the little runs, stuff like that. And then he go, and don't you know that he said he would. Okay, then you start hitting the air. And this is where most people know this part. All right, now I'm gonna show you this move. So that chord there. All right, now I'm gonna show you that sequence. Now I do my sequence a little bit different. Most people do this and they just stick with tritones, right? They just do this like this. Then do this. All right, and it's kind of empty, okay? All right, but I want to show you some other voicing. So first we're gonna start out on the one. We're gonna start out with this chord right here, and this chord is a B flat minor 7 over E flat, and then we switch between the E flat diminished, and then we're gonna go to the E flat dominant 7 sharp 9. You've heard people switch between these chords before, so you want to have that, okay? All right, so that's the first 3 chords. You want to stay on the one. All right. Yes, right. Hallelujah, etc. Okay. Now next, when we go to the 3, most people do this, kind of basic, or do this. All right, and that is basically an E flat dominant 7, sharp 9, okay? And that's one way to do it, but this is how I like to do it, okay? What I like to do is take that E flat minor chord on the top, and then on the G in the bass. And what I like to do, instead of doing that typical chord, this tritone, the E flat dominant 7, I put the G's tritone in there. Now, if that's foreign to anybody, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably need to brush up on your music theory just a little bit, and then I would recommend our course, Create Crazy Gospel Chords. I'm going to be moving and talking in terms that are the correct terms, rather, but also easy to understand. But if anybody's really, really behind, just go check that course out, and you'll get everything you need to know there. All right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to spell it out. G is in the bass, and we're going to have F and B in the left hand. Right hand, we're going to have F sharp, B flat, and E flat. All right? And now, that's on the 3. So we're starting out here. See that? Go to that chord. Now, all from here, obviously we're going to go to a 4, all right? And here we have an A flat dominant 7 at 9. So you have an A flat in the bass, and how I voice it, I put E flat, G flat, A flat, C, G flat, B flat, C again. Oh, sorry, not C, E flat, right? Okay, so I do that. All right. So that's how I do it. Now let's walk through it again. Okay, so I keep right there. And then after that, you go to your A diminished. Everybody should know that chord. And then on B flat in the bass, I do that B flat minor 7 at 9 and 11. Alright, the 9 being the C, the 11 being the E flat. Okay. So that's the sequence. Alright. So, and God, He said He would. He said He will provide. Oh. Reset. Go back to the top. To the 3. Go to the 4. Sharp 4. 5. Okay? Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to switch those chords up now, and especially on the 3, because a lot of people, that still sounds kind of like thin to me. I don't like that. It's good, but where my drawbar setting is right now, I mean, I could either pull up my drawbar settings or I could just switch the voicing up. So this is a one voicing I really, really love. And mind you, we're still like low in the preacher's intensity, so he's kind of just hitting, stabbing, getting off of it, and then we're gonna ascend it up little by little. But on the 3, right? When we go from here, on the 3, instead of doing this, the G dominant 7, what I'm going to do is invert this down. So take the B, put it on the bottom. Then after that, I'm going to add a note. I'm going to add the A. So it becomes this. Alright? Now, this is what ends up happening on the 3. And then we're going to move it up a half step to the 4. Alright? And it's going to become just a G dominant 7 at 9 to the A flat dominant 7 at 9. Okay? Now this is going to add such thickness to your preacher chords, and it's going to add a different dimension. Okay? And I'll show you what I mean. So let's say we're doing the preaching thing again, and he's starting off, you know. See that? Alright, it's a different kind of timbre going on, and that it gives like a thickness. Alright, it gives it a thickness. Now I think the organ or my voice may shut out for a quick second because I want to put on. Alright, I should be back. Okay, good. Yep, I'm back. Now, so, I want to put on some of the chorus, okay? Now, the thing about this is after you do those chords, now you want to add some screamers in there, okay? And that chord in the left hand, it adds that thickness. Now watch when I add some screamers till you see what I'm talking about. So. You get the point, okay? Real loud, real crazy, okay? But that voicing adds so much instead of you just doing this. It's a lot more thicker than what I just played. You just do this instead. Or do this. Or this. It adds a lot more thickness to it, okay? So that's how you can accentuate the normal preacher chords. Like those are the main chords. The 1, the 3, the 4, sharp 4, and the 5. And I'll add those little voices in there. And as much as you can, fill out your voicings. Like I preach this all the time, please. Your left hand, try to have at least 4 notes. I know that sounds like it's nuts and it's crazy. But have 4 notes in your left hand. All right, 4 notes in your left hand, because it adds so much thickness, man. And you can never. I mean, you get the bigger spread you have, the thicker your sound is. And a lot of times people have problems in organ; they don't have a good sound. And they say, "Oh, it's the drawbar's fault." No, it's your voicings. Okay, you got to make sure your left hand is full and is doing some work. There's times where it'll relax. There's times where it'll relax and stuff like that. But you want it to be full. Okay, as much as possible. If not 4 notes, at the minimum three. You want to have a minimum of 3 notes in there. Okay, in your left hand. All right. So now let's move on to some more. I guess preacher chord stuff, and that is we got the regular chords out the way, but now we got to talk about um, reharming. Okay, adding some crazy stuff to it, right? So I get asked this a lot, and my course, Create Crazy Gospel course, goes over like how to reharm stuff like in crazy in depth. But it's like real easy to understand though. Like it's a lot of information, but it's the information that you only need. It's not too much information, and people who are in it, they'll probably attest that it's a course that definitely has everything that you need to get reharming and right away, and getting your chords to sound better right away. All right. So what I want to talk about now is when he's preaching. Okay, you want to add new chords to the mix, but still stay in the pocket. You don't want him looking at you like, "What is this cat doing?" All right, like like for me, my story, embarrassing story. You guys may have heard it. I got kicked off the organ, man, in the middle of a service, right, backing up a preacher playing the worship, and he had enough. And he told me to get off, and he played the rest of the service himself. So I'm talking from a vantage point of having a lot of pain and suffering going with this. So whatever I'm saying is what you do not want to. You do not want to do this stuff. Okay, but what you want to do is stay in the parameters of where the preacher is, and then add stuff that complements him. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So in terms of preacher chords, right? So let's say we're in E flat, okay? Now, quick rule of thumb is basically find any chord that goes with the note that the preacher is currently on pitch with, okay? And most people say, "Oh yeah, do it in the key you're in," but we all know preachers that like they move around a little bit. One or two, they really are like kind of singers with their preachers. So they do a lot of riffs, they do a lot of moves and stuff like that, and they may even modulate on you. So you want to make sure your ears are in tip-top shape when you're doing this. Okay, so for instance, we're in E flat, right? And I'm gonna keep it basic for now and show you how you can apply these things right away in time for service tomorrow. Those who got church service tomorrow, use this stuff. Okay, so we're in E flat. All right, now we have our regular chords, and he said, "Ooh," he said he would. God, and he said, now watch this, and he said, "Oh, So I just put like random chords in there, but because he's holding that note, I just found chords that went with that note, right? So, and God said, okay. All right. So what you do is, depending where he is, now I'm not preaching, I'm just fooling around, kind of, sort of. Okay, but that is what you want to do. Is that whatever note he's hitting on, you want to stay there, right? Because if he did, and he said he moved up from E flat, he went to So if I hear that, right, I'm gonna be like, "Oh shoot! So what can I go?" So let me see. And the Lord, he said he would. I know he will. I know he will. Yeah. So right there, So say yes. You're right. So you hear that, you can move off a little bit, and then you come back. Say yes, and then come back to, and you do your typical, 1 6 2 5 1, etc. So say yes, hallelujah. Oh, oh. All right. Now I'm gonna show you those chords. Cause I'm not gonna have y'all leave here so he ain't show us the chords. That's terrible, terrible. I'm gonna show you those chords, right? So E flat's on the top. Okay. Now one of my moves I do is you're on the 1, right? You start going to the 3. Sorry, ooh, wrong chord there. And he's on that note, and afterwards you say, right there. I go to a 4 minor, and this is in the key of E flat. We're hitting the 4, which is A flat. So it's gonna be A flat minor 7, okay? And he's still there because in that chord, the A flat minor 7 has the E flat in it naturally, okay? So you have to know your chords here, okay? So he said, and keep going because he's still in E flat on the top. So keep walking it up now. Now I have a G flat over B flat. And I have a B major 7. Now I have a G diminished 7. He said he would. Oh, now you can go back traditional. Okay, so those are some ways you can go in and out of the keys, right? So you want to really have a good mastery on your chords for this, all right? Now, when he say he switches notes or something, okay? Say he switch notes and he start riffing and running a little bit, okay? Another thing you want to do is be, oh, thanks for all the hearts, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You're great. I'm glad you're liking this content. And listen, just because I'm teaching right now, do not hesitate to ask other questions, okay? Because I'm doing this for a little while. So if you have any questions about anything organ related, this is not just a preacher chords night, but this is just the first topic. Put it in the comment box and I'm going to answer it for you. All right, so let's keep it moving. Now, he goes out of key, right? I'm going to give you some ideas to do. So let's say most commonly he's going to go to the flat 3. So this is the 1, E flat, and the flat 3 would be G flat. So hallelujah, say yes, say yeah. Let me do some real draw bar sense here. All right, let's say, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. So say yes, say yes, say yes. All right. Wow. Wrong run. There you go. I get my runs back. My hands had some in there. All right. Good. All right. So now you go. Say yes. 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 All right. So you start. I had fun on that one, but that's what they do. Now he hit that. So he's hitting between the 1 and the flat 3. So you can still kind of use a lot of stuff. You can use a lot of stuff, and you can switch it all around. Okay. Now another one. Well, this is one of my favorite runs, and you could use this as a standalone. Okay. You could do this. So say you're hitting the flat 3, right? Say yeah. All right. What I like to do is I like to go. So in E flat, I'll go to the flat 7, and that's gonna be D flat in the bass. Okay. And what I like to do is hit the flat 7 minor. Okay. So say yes. Okay. And that chord in this context is D flat in the bass. We have the D flat minor 7 here, E, A flat, B, and we have the E flat here. That's the add 9, and what I do in my right hand is I play around with the chord a little bit, and I embellish on the top. So say yeah, like that. So that's one way I do it. I'm just holding the D flat, the G flat on the top. All right, and I'm just playing. It's like a B triad, but you're just doing. But instead of doing like that, you're doing like this, and you're rubbing the note in the middle, right? That's one way to do it. That's one. Two is take that same chord and do this kind of run. It's like a fourth kind of run. It's one of my favorite runs. Okay, but you do this. You have it here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the chord up here, and I'm gonna do the run down here. All right, that's a run. Okay, now that's one move I like to do. It has a crazy effect. I kind of like it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Okay, so okay, now that run there, we have the D flat minor 7 here. So we got that, and what we're starting with, we're starting on the fourth, D flat and G flat. So I'm kicking off to B, then I do G flat to E, then I come back up to G flat and B, D flat, B, then I start over again. So on the top, okay, and what I do is like get it faster. So, all right, okay, and what I do is I take that and I put it over better setting. Okay, then I might do something. Let me do then I might go to the diminish. Right there. And go back to it. Okay, so. All right, so that's one way I do it. Okay, two. Hey, dressed up man, what's going on, Dot? Nice to see you. All right, now that's another way to do it. Over that chord now. Remember, the preachers can still go to the flat 3. So say yes. Cause remember his keys right here. Hallelujah. So you're still right there. Remember, you're still thinking right here. And God, yes, say yes. Well, and God, say He will, say He will, say He will, say He will, say He will. Well. Okay, so that's how you bring them back home. Now over that chord, there's another way I do that run over the flat 7 minor 7. In this case, it's D flat. And instead of doing it like that, I literally do a little kind of move, like a breakup move. So, and I'm gonna show it to you. So what I do is first is the B triad, but I just add in the second note. So if we were doing like a B major scale, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 5, right? Okay, so now we have this. So now I'm gonna start off on the 3. Okay, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right. Next, I'm gonna come bring it down. I'm gonna do the same thing, same movement, but I'm gonna do it in E. Okay, the E triad. But I'm gonna do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 5 in E. So this is the clusters. And I'm picking these because they're in the chord itself, see? That chord has those clusters in there. You can see them now, right? So I just picked those 2 clusters to move with. And you can do it in different keys, obviously, but we're just in this key for right now. So next, you want to chain them together. So 3 5 3 2 1 3 5 3 2 1. So you're doing it for. So okay. And you could go back diminish and go back and forth, right? So okay, you do that kind of stuff, and you segue off that for a little bit, and you get back on it and bring it on home. Okay, so and I know that he said he. Okay, and that's how you probably do it. All right, but you do a move like that, it's gonna be ridiculous. All right, now that's the kind of it for the preacher chords. We've been going. I don't even know how long we've been going. We've been going now 16. Wait, no, not 16 minutes. That's 36 minutes. My goodness, on preacher chords alone. All right, well, let's keep it moving. Remember, this is Q&A night. Whatever questions you got, put them on the chat, and we're gonna get your questions answered tonight. Tonight, we're gonna have your questions answered tonight. All right. Darren says that. Yep. Okay. Oh, he said in all keys. Can't do all keys tonight, man. All right. Any questions? Put them in the chat box. Put them in the chat box. All right. And I'll answer them tonight. We're going to go through this together tonight. All right. So I'm going to wait around a little while. Oh, but while I'm waiting, I want to show you guys this awesome talk music move that I went over. And it was over Great is Thy Faithfulness. I think I did it the other night. I'm not sure. Who Dress said I can slow down them last two preacher chords slower. All right, I'll do that. So those last two preacher chords, the ones I was talking about, in the key of E flat were this one, D flat minor 7 at 9, doing the run. Then what I did was, I just what I did. And that chord is a G over F, but over F dominant 7. So it's spelled out like this: F, E flat, A, D, G, B. Then I move the hands down chromatically, and then the bass goes to B flat. It's B flat in the bass, D, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat. So, all right. So that's what it is there. Okay, no problem, Dresser. You got it, man. Now, this talk music move I'm talking about, it was over Great is Our Faithfulness, and it was beautiful. I heard Devin Watkins do this move. It was a great move. I think I may have covered it on the last one. I gotta bring it up again because probably a lot of different people on here tonight. But it's great. Now I'm gonna be in the key of D for this. Be in the key of D. All right, and I'll show it to you in D flat and stuff like that. But why did you make them eyes, Trester? Why'd you make those eyes? Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you this move, and it's a nice move, smooth move. Actually, I should keep it. Yeah. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is do it on the top manual. Okay. So on the last one. So great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Right. Morning by morning, watch this where it is. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. That's the move right there. Then do. Great is thy faithfulness, to me. All right. So that moves it. So all I have needed, thy hand has provided. That little melody right there. Okay. So, Jamar, you ain't late, man. It's gonna stay up. Just watch it over. Okay, Jamar said he came all late for this class. All right. So watch this. So on D over A, all. Then we have E over G sharp, all. A over G dominant 7. Then we have D over F sharp. Needed thy hands. A minor 7 at 9. Have D dominant 7 at 9. Provided. So provide. We got a E flat diminished 7 over E natural. Provided. Right? Then from here we got okay, so that move right there. So all I have needed, thy hands have provided. F sharp minor 7, G major 7, add 9, add all the fixings in there, get it real nice and close. So I provided. Here we have an A sus, okay, A7 sus here. Then here we go to A over C sharp, okay. D, add 2 over F sharp. So back again. A, add 2, which is the B, over C sharp. D, add 2, which is the E, over F sharp in the bass. G major 7 over B natural. E minor 7. Okay. Alright. Now, the whole thing. Alright. All I have needed, thy hands have provided. And you can, branch off in a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Now, let's go to. Not a lot of people don't play in D. I get it. So we're gonna go to D flat now to make it a little easier. Okay. So in D flat, we're gonna do it this way. All I have needed, right? So all I have needed, thy hands have provided. Okay, so same chords, just a half step down. So first chord, D flat over A flat, E flat over G dominant 7, A flat over G flat dominant 7, D flat over F, B flat minor over E flat, A flat minor 7, D flat dominant 7, E flat minor 7, F minor 7, G flat major 7, A flat sus, A flat add 2 over C, D flat add 2 over F, G flat major 7 over B flat, and you have E flat minor 7 at 9. Okay, so all I have needed, thy hands have provided. All right, that's in D flat. Do it in D now. I have needed, thy hands have provided. All right, and you take it up again. All right, so that's a quick talk music move. Want to show you guys. That's a pretty awesome move. You can add that thing anywhere. Um, I think that Ted asks. I'm gonna get you a question in a second, Ted. But yeah, you can use the thing anywhere. I mean, talk music. It's beautiful. Like if I was in, let's do it in D flat, right? And I have a few talk music moves in D flat. We're gonna do here. Let me see. Wrong registration. Where was I at? Up here. Okay. So let's say I'm doing talk music and the guys up on the podium or whatever, and he's saying, we got fish dinners tonight. Hallelujah. All right. Now after service, we're gonna have to we have a meeting downstairs. All right. I'm gonna show you that move. Okay. Right? So that's how you can use it there. And then my other favorite move, that's another one. I'm gonna show you that right now. So it's on A flat, F in the major, F in the major, F in the right hand. So A flat dominant with F in the right hand, G dominant with E in the right hand, G flat dominant in the left hand of the foot with the back in the F in the right hand. So first steps. Again. Next. D flat major triad over F dominant 7 in the left hand of the foot. Go to B flat dominant 7 flat 9. Alright. And then we go to E flat minor 7. So you gotta catch yourself on that one. So that's how you can loop that kind of stuff around and get that, okay? And you talk music, and then you go right back into your etc. Okay. Now, I got another question here. Said, can you go into more detail about classical changes you do and the concept behind it? All right, perfect. That's a great question. Hold on, it's one behind. Another one before that. Just want to make sure. Ted, is that Ted? Is that right? Ted, I think I got it. Do you have a shout chord played in F sharp? I need something new. I'm getting tired of shouting in C. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. It's the same chords all the way around, Tad, but you learn the different voicings. That's the problem. See, because you in C. Quick thing. I'm gonna get to your question just in a second. I'm gonna get there. But quick thing, when you in C, right? If you're on organ, I assume this is your voicing 9 times out of 10. You're in C, right? See where your hand is? C is in the bass. That's where your voicing is, okay? But then you want to go to F sharp. You want to move, thinking logically, right? you move chromatically up. So you're going to end up doing this. That all makes sense. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to just keep, see how they share the same tritone too? This is kind of funny. All right, so you want to do bring it down. So if you're talking about shouting in C and F sharp, oh, I see. You want to do it in F sharp because of the same tritone. I get you. Okay, so so. All right, so basically, it's the same stuff. You just want to same bluesy stuff. Nothing really going to change on that. Let me see. Do the F sharp blues running so weird. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So what you always want to do, man, get real good stuff going on. And if you were on the preacher chord section earlier, in your shouts, just come up with little hits and little hits, and little bumps. So you want to come with little bumps. Okay, just come with little hits and stuff. I think it's more of a conceptual thing than a chord thing. So you want to have more creativity in how you're creating your ideas. You know what I'm saying? And that'll help you in shouts, because shouts got a main looping period, but then they got those little breaks. And what make it monotonous is when you just keep playing the same stuff. All right, or we in G flat now. All right, it kind of make it monotonous. You see what I'm saying? So you want to add a little more ideas and see what you come up with. Kind of create little choir jams a little bit in the middle of it. I'm just to say that. Go ahead. All right. I appreciate you, Tad. I appreciate that. Now, Justin, and this is a topic that I love with all my heart and soul because I'm classically trained. All right. I'm not a gospel person by nature. I learned it after the fact. I didn't grow up in the gospel church. I was trained classically. A lot of people don't know that. I try to tell people that all the time. They never believe me. All right, but I'm, all the Bach stuff, the inventions, the fugues. I play all that stuff. Now, maybe not as well as I used to, but that's what I grew up on. That's what I was trained on. Now, because of that, I have an ear for classical cadences and classical approaches. Okay. And what it all boils down to, Justin, if you're listening here, put yourself in the chat again. I want to see you. Oh, good. Yes. Welcome, James. First time here. Well, many more to come, my man. Appreciate you being here. Welcome, James Nard, to the live stream, y'all. God bless him. All right. And so get back to the classical thing. So you have to understand those cadences, understand the pivot points. And real harmonization, like those crazy chords you hear guys play, have its root in the techniques I'm about to show you right now. Okay? Now, one of the main things you want to do is look for the pivot points. And look for clever ways to switch in and out of key. Alright? But with classical, you're using triads. 9 times out of 10. No seventh chords or nothing like that. But triads. Okay? So what we're going to do in the key of D flat. And I'm going to show you some moves. And what I'm going to show you is how I move in and out of key. And use those classical kind of things, all right? So let me do more of a liturgical kind of sound here tonight. I should play up top, shouldn't I? Let me do it up here, because. All right. So the first move I'm gonna do is a simple 5. the 3. Ah, okay. So that's the first stage. We'll start with that first. Okay. Now, 1/5, D flat over A flat. With the G in the bass, we're going to do E flat. Alright? Triad. Here we're going to do F sharp minor 6. Then we're going to go to 1/3. Okay? Now, as you can see, those are simple chords, but what makes them work is they are inversion bass. So we have D flat over A flat here, then we end off on D flat over F down here, okay? But in between now, we have a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and we have the inversion here for E flat over G, and we also have this minor 6 chord, okay? So the chords you really want to pay attention to for classical stuff are major triads, minor 6 chords, and minor chords. So major and minor triads and minor 6 chords, and find those as many places as you possibly can. Okay. James said if I have a beginner to professional James, all of our courses are designed to take you from beginner all the way to advanced, and those courses are Create Crazy Gospel Chords, Gospel Organ Mastery Boot Camp, and Talk Music University. I don't really talk about that one too much because it's more of an advanced course, but those are the 3. And if you go to organmadeeasy.com and go to the product section, you'll be able to see all those courses there and get more information on them. Alright? And the courses are not in physical DVD format. They're in an online platform. Therefore, you can take the courses with you wherever you go, on your phone, on your tablet, etc. Alright? So head over there, check that out, and I hope you like what you see. Now, back to this, we have, almost lost my train of thought there, but we have these inversions, okay, and the inversions are important. Those 3 types of chords, major, minor triads, minor 6 chords, okay? Now, the key is, 1, having a good understanding of melodic shaping. This don't work if you don't have a melodic shape. So you have to start thinking and singing melodically to yourself. Because if not, like, think about it, all your favorite songs for the most part, unless it's like a James Brown thing, and James Brown, my favorite artist, by the way, have a melodic kind of line to them. Okay? Like, look at the hymns we sing. Great is thy faithfulness. That's all melodic, right? So you need to have that kind of stuff. And I would say, first things first, do a lot of hymns. Learn a lot of hymns and learn them straight. Don't play them modern. Learn them straight. And if you can read them, go ahead and read them. But just try to hear traditional kind of people play the hymns, and you'll hear what I'm talking about. Second thing you want to look for is those transition points into other keys. Chords and voicings that with just one slight half-step movement, you could be in a whole nother tonal center altogether. And this takes you really knowing your keyboard a little bit and knowing where you can go and knowing your pivot points. Now, in the key of D flat, I'm going to show you what I look for. I'm in D flat now. I'm always looking for things that are right next to chord tones. So, if I start on the 5, I'm always looking at the diminished relationships. So on the 5, I have, those are the diminished relationships, and because it leads into the 2 minor. Alright? So because I know that I want to end up being on the 2 minor to the 5 to the 1 to close it out, okay? You want to look at what leads in well into those things. That's first. Establish that first. Next, you want to establish what allows you to go to um, those transfer points. So first we establish what goes to the 2 5 1 in the key you're in, the dominant key. Next, and we discovered that these are that diminished in the D flat. So now we want to figure out what leads into the diminished. Okay, and what usually does the trick is these other diminished chords, these points. Okay, now more than likely it's going to be that one because it's right next to it. See that? And you can do that one too, but it just depends how you play it. All right. Now I'll show you an example. It might be confusing, but I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'm gonna walk through it real slow. So we start with the 5. We have D flat over F. A over A flat. Now watch this. I'm targeting. Remember, my target is to go from here in the bass to F in the bass, right? Watch this. Now, leading up to that diminished part, see that? See that? So I did those diminished chords. You can see it. But that's not as pure, that's not as classical. So what you want to do is, remember, major triads or minor triads. Here we have an E flat major triad, right? Then next we have A flat major triad over G flat. Then to the D flat over F. Now, if I do this, now watch this. Now I can switch. Now I'm on F in the bass and I have a D flat triad, but guess what? I see a similarity here. If I move the top note up to D, remember that diminished we were talking about? The transfer diminished is always going to be, remember that? So I see that here. And go to the 2. See that? So alright, so that's how you get one classical move. Now you can also do it another way, right? We do I'm gonna show you that. So now what I did there was I did the same thing, but when I got to the F again, I saw another similarity, right? Alright? Okay, now watch what I did here. I went to an F major triad. See that? Now an F major triad is what? The 5 of B flat. So watch what I do here. Now if I wanted to, I could stay in B flat. Now I'm playing B flat over D in the bass, which is the 3 of B flat. Then I can do this. Okay, so see that? So you see how I came back? Alright? So it's all about melodic shaping and getting in and out. Okay? Because there's times you can do stuff like, you know, and you can move in and out of key doing stuff like that. Okay? Alright. Now, I hope that helped. Did that help you? Did that help you? Okay. Now, another classical thing, what I like to do that takes that into consideration is doing a lot of classical walk downs, like, and I'm doing E flat. All right, that's another classical one there. It's fast. I did it fast. I'm gonna do it slow, but basically, I want to show you the shape and how I went in and out of keys. Right, so E flat major, B flat over D, C minor. Okay, then I did a diminish to approach the C again. Alright. Now, keep on going. So I'm still in E flat, right? See that right there? Here I went to kind of like a D thing. I'm in D now. See that D triad? So now from D to G to C, okay? And I use that C with the E in the bass to approach that F minor, okay? Back to C minor. See that F over A. And you get back to E flat. All right. So you can take those kind of ideas and understand your pivot points. So I knew the pivot point from go to E flat to D, then quickly to G to C. All right, then, and remember that's all on that diminished line. Now we're in E flat now, so the diminished approach is to move up a whole step. So the first one was here in D flat, but guess what? We're in E flat now, so it moves up a half step. So if you see it, you'll see what I did. See that? That's a part of that transition. So again, that E is in there. Then transition. Okay. So that's it for that. I hope you understand that, Justin, and I hope it helps you. Okay. Dresta said, "Vaughn, get back to earth." All right, y'all are funny. Was it Bach that we should study? Denise, yes, Bach, the inventions are great. First of all, for finger dexterity and so on and so forth, but also for you to start hearing this kind of stuff because he does that in and out of inventions like no one's business. He changes key like that in such a smooth way. Um, in all those things. And I would just say start listening more. Yeah, you can practice it, but just start listening to get it in your head. Okay, and so constantly start to come in and graft into you and graft into your spirit and your mind. And then you'll start to do that kind of stuff instinctively and start to tinker around on it, start to hear it. And you also hear it in the old school liturgical like choirs from England. Uh, I listen to a lot of coronations and anthems, and listen to those old school anthems. Those are so rich with these kind of stuff. So that's what you want to do. All right. Now let's see here. We got who has asked a question? Oh, Denise says it's another course. That's funny. All right. Okay. How do you play I Won't Complain? Now, you talk about the specific chords. I mean, I can't write them down for you. I probably play through it for you. But in terms of how to play it right, behind the soloist, 9 times out of 10. Thanks for the invites, Dresser. You draw a lot of people in. God bless you. Um, you know, I don't think I have the person on me now. Let me go down here. So. All right. Now I'm tell you something. I haven't played that song in a long, 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 long time. Um, but I kind of messed it up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I hope that you got some ideas from that. Okay. Now we got some other stuff. Um, Justin said any contrapuntal. You mean I see. You mean counterpoint. I got you. Other moves going in different directions. All right. Yes, I got a couple for you. One of my favorites is one from James Hall record, "Faithfulness to Me," and this is going to be in E flat, but it starts on the C. All right. Now we're gonna break it apart. The top part goes. We'll do it again. Okay. So one more time. Ba, 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 and the left hand goes. So from the six to the two, two to the five, to the one. Okay, so together and one more time again. So break that down. The foot doing the same thing the left hand's doing. One more time. All right. So you guys can take that one, and obviously you fill in the chords as you go down. So you can hear it's gonna be kind of diminished. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. Now I'm gonna take a pause for a cause right here for everybody. Listen, it's Memorial Weekend. Organ Made Easy have an awesome special. Now we cover all of this stuff. I'm going over tonight in my course, Gospel Organ Mastery Boot Camp. Now for Memorial Weekend, for those who wanna jump in that, we got a special going on right now. You can get into the course for 40% off. 40% off. Okay. Now what I want you to do is go to gospelorganbootcamp.com /memorial event. Gospelorganbootcamp.com /memorial, like Memorial Day, memorial event. Okay, and you'll be able to see all the information there about the course, and we go over everything from the basics, pedals, down to grooving on the organ, down to specific styles, talk music, how to solo on the organ, preacher chords, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to jump into that course, go to gospelorganbootcamp.com /memorial event. All right. So that's for you guys who want to get in and to kind of get more lessons with me. I do lives. I'm start doing lives a little more. We're so busy here at the company. We really don't have the time for it as we would like. But everything I'm teaching you guys tonight is in that course. Okay. Now, any other questions? I think it's about to be 9 o'clock in a couple minutes. So we're gonna do a couple more questions, and then we're gonna get off of here tonight. I think it's been I don't know how long it's been. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. So we put in some work tonight, y'all. Everybody who started didn't finish with us. So those who are here, y'all are really dedicated. And I appreciate y'all being here. Okay. Thank you, Denise, for plugging the course. Denise is awesome. Let me tell you, she's one of our organ boot campers, as I like to call them, and she's in there. I know she's doing awesome stuff, and we got a whole bunch of other people in there too. All right. Now, are you any other questions? It's almost 6 and 15 minutes. Cali time. Yeah, you're right. So, any other questions before I call it for the night? Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming out. I'm gonna try to do these more often. I know they're valuable, and I know y'all might have questions that may not otherwise get answered. All right. So, any other questions before I call it for the night? I'm gonna give y'all 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. It's been awesome. Y'all have an awesome night. Thank you for coming out and hanging with me and shedding with me tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. All right. Vaughn signing off. Peace.